I wanted to see if that face was the one that was taken when my Discord pings. And I don't believe it was. Salama Beach. I don't think it was. I don't think so. Good morning, everybody. Happy morning to you all. Afternoon. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello. 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 Yeah, it didn't ping that. That's too bad. I was excited for funny face. Good morning. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So we have a very busy day today. Today is the day before the U.S. experiences Thanksgiving. And now we're here. Hello, Privyet. Well. Was I first? No. Karimo was first. Hello. Hello. Good morning. I'm very tired today, but we're going to rock out. We're going to have so much fun today. Kramen is back from whatever work hell Kramen was in. Whenever Kramen's not in stream, I know it's because Kramen has to work. I'm very excited because we're listening to more music, and later today, we are giving away 10 codes! 10 codes to Soulframe Preludes for some lucky winners. If you want to enter into that, you have to join the Discord, Discord, and give a thumbs up to my most recent post, my most recent announcement. There's nothing we can do. I'm doing well, thank you. Music washes away every fatigue. That's very poetic. Good morning. I'm doing all right. I've lost 6 pounds. We keep on keeping on. Diet is dookie, but we make it work. All right, one sec. Just getting set up on my end. Hope everyone's doing really well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to today. After this, I'll be streaming some Wuthering Waves, if that's interesting to anybody. Talking about the new 3.0 drip and doing some questing. All right, I've got everything. Yes, I did, Papa Dubois. I did. Only 8 hours. Actually, it's too warm in here. Hold on, I gotta turn on that light back there. Worst time of the year for diets, amen. Enjoy your work day. Have a listen to Age of Empires 3 music? Probably some. None I can recall. My memory is fading fast. All right. Let me just prep. Thanksgiving is definitely a cheat day. Definitely a cheat day tomorrow. Not too hard, though. Woo gets better at 1.0. Good morning, Mage. How are you? I saw Iron Mouse put out a really wonderful cover of Alicia with Raven somebody and what's up, Bobby Beal? I don't know the other. I actually don't know the other two. Hey, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. All right. let's just dive right in, shall we? It's very early. It's very early for us patrons and non-patrons and enjoyers of music, but we are here. Narissa Ravencroft and Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, yes. What am I grateful for this year? Great question. I'm grateful for this YouTube channel, of course. I'm grateful for this job. I'm grateful for getting married. I'm grateful for a happy, healthy body for the most part. My liver is upset with me because of just being overweight. So that is why I'm losing weight, so I can be around for a long time. I'm grateful for slowing down. I'm grateful for having a fan base at all. I realized this yesterday that I've actually, the dream that I had as a 20-something-year-old, I've actually realized 10 years later. And I'm just so immensely just like kind of dumbfounded that this is what I get to do every day. You know, we have a really cozy community. We have a really cozy space. More or less no drama for the most part. I kind of know what my purpose is. I know what my lane is. I'm really grateful for that stuff specifically. I'm also grateful for my dog, my family, you know, in the fallout of my dad's death, almost 4 years now. You know, I feel more in connection with who I am as a man more than I used to. I'm really happy. So all told, things really are good, which is very hard to say sometimes because there's so much stuff in the world that can cloud us and make us feel down. There's a lot of shit in the world, but I'm very grateful that things overall are good. So thank you for asking. What's everybody grateful? What's one thing you're grateful for, chat? One thing, even if your life has been shitty, what's one thing you're grateful for? Let's go around the room and share what we're grateful for in the most non-parasocial way possible. My cat. Excellent. What else? Europa Universalis 5. Yeah, I gotta listen to some of that music. My wonderful husband. Oh. Silk Song's release, I can imagine. My kiddo. Oh, my job. Yeah. My wonderful friends, I would have lost my mind without them. And I'm grateful for you, Bob, for helping resuscitate my anime channel. Grateful to be able to play and immerse in music. Amen. My mom. Hell yeah. My mom's awesome. I appreciate that. My GF, I guess, too. I'm grateful despite several accidents and endless setbacks, I'm alive. And I probably shouldn't be. Well, that's huge. Yeah. For sure. All my family's healthy and I get to live at my dream place. Fuck yeah. Having time to game, that's something worth being grateful for. My family. Hey, Hydro. Wisdom gained this year. Amen. The wonderful staff at Coventry Hospital who cared for and helps my son who entered this world far too early, who is now thriving. Amen. Thankful for all you nerds. Oh, Grayman. Beautiful art that people create. Amen. That I can watch YouTube in between customers at the gas kiosk I sit at for 8 hours a day at work. Oof. Amen. Aether! 3-month streak. I appreciate you with that resub. Thank you so much. It's very thoughtful. Excellent. Lots of good things. No matter how shitty it gets, music can lift me up, and I'm thankful for artists. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've worked jobs like that at the gas kiosk where thankfully YouTube and social media kept me sane. I've definitely worked real jobs like that where it was like, whoa, this is annoying. So keep on keeping on. So the game plan today is to get through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grateful for life. Despite all the struggles, some are great when thinking back on them, so it's all right in the present. Amen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 sort of analysis tracks. And then we will do our giveaways for the 10 codes to Soulframe Preludes. I joined the founder program yesterday and was gifted 10 giveaway codes for Preludes. Soulframe is in a really interesting spot right now. Admittedly, I'm grateful you're having some fun too. Admittedly, the game has kind of flown under the radar, well, because it's an alpha, which makes sense. A lot of good stuff. They're really cooking. There's something really beautiful about exploring this space. And yeah, I'm planning on doing a bit of a deeper dive in it. What's up, Sean? Watching a security gate for... so we'll do that giveaway in about 7 songs. Did you see the Iron Mouse, Narisa, Herb, Alicia, Lumi? Yes, I did. Cheese God, thank you. I did. I didn't watch it. I don't want to just. I don't want to always cover Iron Mouse's stuff, only because I don't want it to seem like I'm mooching off of her success. So I'm hesitant to hop on every time that she does something, only because, you know. The reason why I watched Music Box of Fate was because of, you know, it being interested in like an operatic aria. But I don't want to make it a habit of always being there. Not because I don't think she's amazing, obviously, but still hoping to get a collab with her soon too. Good morning. But yes, no, I did see it though, and it was beautiful. My boyfriend loves Soulframe. Warframe and FromSoft games are some of his absolute favorites. Amen. Yeah, Soulframe is honestly delightful. I'm skeptical of how much content there is as of now, or if I should wait more. Well, so apparently there's like 2 quests. I asked this in the group in World Chat yesterday. So there's 2 quests, or no, there's several quests that would probably only take like 2 hours of gameplay, but there's obviously grind that is much more. So it depends on what you're seeking, but it's the vibes of Soulframe and the music of Soulframe and the gameplay of Soulframe is very good. Even in this alpha prelude state, like it's impressive. It's impressive what they're cooking. I really hope it has a long, healthy life. Hello, Indonesia. Will there be any videos about Paradox games or I don't know, RTS ones? So there has been RTS, 2 RTS videos. There will definitely be more. And I've been meaning to get to Europa Universalis at the very least, just to put out a video on it. But I definitely will be doing one at some point. I am starting 2 hours earlier than usual AFK, yes, because of Thanksgiving tomorrow here in the States. What's up, Unk? I'm the Unk, I guess. So I'll twist your arms. You can't watch. You can watch it and blame me. No, it's all right. It's fine. 2 RTS videos. We will have to do a third. I'm actually always surprised at how well both of those have done. Wait, are there really? I can't even remember the content I've put out anymore. My brain has like started to melt a little bit. Oh yeah, there's 2 RTS videos. They did really well. That was a year ago? What the fuck? I feel like I just did these. But that RTS video does not include good ones? How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, right here. These guys. Any plans for more videos about the Silk Song OST? Yes, I am planning. December is going to be very busy. I do have a Cogwork Dancers video that's been sitting on the back burner, so. I did do some Stellaris tracks. So moving away, just as a quick, before we dive in, moving away from single video reactions and moving into a different format that I really like, that's much more all inclusive. It's been really fun. It's a little bit more challenging because I can't like just pump out videos left and right, which that was very easy, but the view counts were very low and very hard to predict. So we've changed it quite a bit now these days. So, you know, everything is sort of, I try to do things in packages rather than, and more holistically. We'll snooze that one. Thank you though, Kremen. So that's why you don't really see like react to this one song from XYZ game. It just doesn't really, it doesn't really bode as well as other stuff. So I think maybe 2 years ago, single video reactions were fine, unless something is really popping or very trendy or popular. Not to chase trends, obviously, but that's usually when I'll do a single video. Like if it's or if I have an established audience with this. So FromSoft, obviously, gacha games tend to do well regardless. Nier does well. So it's tricky. It's really tricky because it's like Europa Universalis is a prime example of this. Like, I'm not sure how big the fan base is for Europa Universalis. And while I don't want to exclude anybody, I also want to do holistic stuff so that more people gather and watch something where, let's say, you have a gorgeous track that you love from Stellaris. That's only going to reach Stellaris people, right? And it's better and more, I guess, utilitarian. What's it called when it's more useful? Well, so it's more useful to get other people that may never be exposed to Paradox's content or music to watch that. So I'm trying to cut the feedback loop for most of the time so that there is a balance between new audience that may come to that for the first time and, the people that already love it. So there's definitely a balance there. And happy Thanksgiving to you in the UK. Twilight Princess will be back in the new year. I'm thinking January, February. Just my brain, after I finish Xenoblade Chronicles, I would assume. React to the WUA 3.0 resonators. We'll be doing that later. Hey, Sartisha. I'd really like to see more Toho music covered on the channel. Yes. I know. Don't worry. Correct, Sephi. Correct. But you keep doing videos about weeb anime music. Yes. Because it's good. And because it's successful. It's a balance. What's up, Chiropi? I like your dog. For me, for the Game Awards, Clear Obscure, Silk Song, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Donkey Kong Country, Banana. Well, I don't really give a shit about Donkey Kong. I shouldn't say that. Silk Song, Claire Obscure. Hey, Snowy. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Death Stranding, To the Wilder, I would assume would be on there, and I can't remember the other ones. Oh, I'm streaming every awards ceremony, yes. And thank you for the shout about open suggestions, yes. I think next week, if possible. Hey, K Colk. Am I rooting for WUA? Yeah. Is it weird that my first exposure to Conte Partiro was from Squid Game? What? As far as weeb stuff on the channel, it's really actually pretty. I mean, okay, let's take a look. I'll engage in this. All right, game music memes, no weeb stuff. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Oh, if you wanted to. Dispatch, not weeb stuff. Smasher Pass, barely any weeb stuff. Honkai Star Rail, weeb stuff. This, not weeb stuff. This, not weeb stuff. Well, there was one weeb song. Arc Raiders, not weeb stuff. So 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 videos. So 4 out of 11 videos were weeb stuff. That's like not 50%. I did, yeah, Tide of Annihilation looks insane. My main channel has a very good balance. Okay, let's go even further. Weeb stuff. Weeb stuff. Okay, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do 13, 14, 15. Of the previous 15 videos, only 2 of them, unless you count Iron Mouse, which I don't, is weeb stuff. I feel like that's a pretty good balance. Okay, Arknights down here. But that was 2 months ago. So, you know, with the output. Okay, this one is a little bit more weeby. I'll give you that one. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. Sometimes we ebb and flow. We ebb and flow. Oh no, Sartisha. Anyway, all that to say, and this, oh, wow, this was all 4 months ago. All that to say, like in general, the weeb balance is pretty good. It comes in waves. It comes in waves. It comes in waves of release. So, I mean, it just may not be your cup of tea, which I can respect. Scavenger's Reign? No, I haven't. That looks cool. But also, I don't really buy into this weeb stuff because it's like, good music's good music. Plus, I mean, when's the last time I did an RTS thing? Okay, years. Actually, like, this is probably the most balanced my channel's ever been. FromSoft, this was like every day. I guess it depends on your distinction. Plus, mind you that anime is insanely popular, and I guarantee you that once my anime channel really starts to pick up, that stuff will eclipse the stuff that's on my current channel in terms of views. Guaranteed. I had multiple videos before I took all that stuff down and reset. Multiple videos on the Weeball channel that were over 100k views for like the same kind of shit. But like, so I mean, you know, I would say overall, like the balance is pretty good. That's true. I need to get on that. Anyway, with that being said, well, Bob, you'll be the reason why it grows, so I owe a lot to you. So you have saved it. By the way, chat, Bob is my anime channel editor, and they are incredible. Me too. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. Anyway, let's get started with some weave stuff. We're starting off today with Demon Souls 2020. Oh God, don't yell at anybody. Oh my God, there was a period there on Twitter where everyone was raging against Demon Souls 2020, and I got to tell you the truth, I actually love 2020. The 2020 Demon Souls, I will unabashedly defend it, and I don't think anybody in this particular chat has very strong opinions about it. But boy, oh boy, does the FromSoft community have very strong opinions about Demon Souls 2020. So much so that there was a Reddit post that completely invalidated my entire ranking of it because I said that I liked it more than the OG, which is so funny. Demon Souls, that's weeb stuff. It's from Japan. Maiden in Black. I mean, that's assuming that anything Japanese is weeb by default. Maiden in Black, Demon Souls 2020. Chris asked for this. I absolutely love the harmonies, this track, and how this track. I think you know what? It's a fair. As long as everyone is respectful, there's nothing we can do. Is totally within the realm of okayness to talk about what they would prefer to see on the channel more or less. That is fine. So long as it's respectful, which they have been. There's no problem. Obviously, I can't do anything about it now. And also, we have to look at a balance between numbers and effort required for some of these things. And I understand the sentiment, and I understand the feeling. But also I'm one person, and also like I can only do so much. And also I've been streaming a lot. So there's a lot of reasons why it's not necessarily, equal across the board. You have an Attack on Titan shirt. Proof. Absolutely love the harmonies and how this track flowed. But Europa Universalis does have incredible music, and I definitely we actually covered it a couple weeks ago. Luna actually dropped one in here. All right, that's enough of that. I absolutely love the harmonies and how this track flows with its different rhythms. And although the original version of this track is maybe my favorite from the 2009 Demon Souls, this is a very beautiful reimagining of it. Have I listened to Bloodborne? Yeah. Not in totality, but I mean, Bloodborne is my absolute favorite FromSoft IP. That's why I'm really excited about the Duskbloods, which Twitter is currently having a meltdown over because they said that they've apparently been working on it. The rumor is that they've been working on the Duskbloods for years, and FromSoft fans are mauling because so many of them will have to fight against Nintendo. It kind of cracks me up because it's so fucking funny. Because it's like, I mean, it is definitely like a big balls move to be like, you know what, fuck it, let me put this like massive IP or this massive like company only on Nintendo, at least at the beginning. I'm sure it'll be multi-platform within a couple months, probably 6 months, a year, but not a couple months, but like 6 months to a year. But it's hilarious watching people have absolute mind melt thinking that they have to buy a Nintendo Switch. Nintendo should sponsor me. I swear too much. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Maiden in Black. Let's do it. But yeah, Bloodborne is my absolute favorite. It's the first one that I actually beat and then went back into New Game Plus 1 through like 6 and like actively taught other people. I did see Iron Mouse's. Yeah, it was wonderful. And thank you for watching that one. Kimchi. Wow. So it's really interesting how right here we get this dissonance right away. Also, these tracks I'll be stopping and starting as we go for the next 6 tracks. There's a bit of dissonance there, and it's interesting how within that right away we have decay. We have broken downness. We have a twist of the knife, you know. Nice lower register there with the men. So broadly speaking, I think the reason why I appreciate the Demon Souls soundtrack is because of how clean it is. And this is actually, I take issue with how unclean and how like noisy the original OST is. The original OST has a bit of a dated sort of production process, and the let me just go back to the original really fast. So, obviously a totally different soundscape. Beautiful space in the original as well. There's lots of space. Now, I have not heard a choir yet, if there even is one, which there may not be. This one, you know, shockingly, there's actually more hope in the harp here than in the remake version. Now, you may say, well, the remake with the voices kind of ruins and pulls away from some of the bleakness of that, and it really feels like the world has just given up on this Maiden in Black. There's a sense of a collapse, right, in the original. Which I do think is very evocative, right? It feels very exposed with those massive railroad tracks. So this is and within that, we get so much space. It's like it's a sigh. It's a release of air. It's a feeling of like life collapsing around you. A pregnant pause. Okay, now let's directly compare it to the OG, or the original, the remake. It's like not the same song at all. You know what's amazing about this and the difference, and this is why I like sometimes comparing and contrasting is so excellent. I adore both for different reasons. It's really impressive how the decay ends up feeling like we are the vocal decay and the sort of lingering on the notes, which I think is replaces the pregnant pauses that we hear in the original. The sustaining of the notes actually showcases the fall from grace much more powerfully. Oh well, not in direct contrast to the original, but like it's an interesting thing because this is a fall from grace. This is a descent into madness. This is when someone that should have been for good becomes for evil and loses their soul and their spirit. And it kind of gives a counterpoint to that church-like sound. It gives it actually the fall from grace and the fall from God, right? This anti-religious sentiment in there because of the way that the choir is liturgical in its sound, right? It feels like a prayer. It feels like you're in a giant cathedral and you hear, right? There's a big difference between that and this is similar thematic ideas, but in the original, with the space given, we end up feeling the breaks in that end up giving us a feeling of obviously emptiness and a feeling as if we've run out of time, you know? This is the original again. So it's interesting. It's interesting because in the OG, when we have the harp go up like that, bum, 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 that motivic idea, those notes in succession, lend themselves to the idea of grace, to the idea of pointing towards heaven, right? Towards ascension, towards holiness, towards God. But in the remake, And right there, that's another little hint, guys. Da-dee, da-dee. It's like, how could this happen? What do you mean you turned? What do you mean you betrayed your sense of grace? How could you betray us and this world that made you? You were supposed to be a hero for this world, not a hero like Obi-Wan Kenobi or freaking what's his name, Anakin Skywalker, but more like your soul was pure. You were innocent, you were virginal, you were whatever, and instead you twist and decay and are turned to, the fall and madness, maybe madness, but certainly that twist down as if to say, no. What do you mean? He was the chosen one. You were supposed to defeat the Sith, not join them. I literally just did that yesterday, so it's funny. Do you think there's a music genre that is the best at expressing emotions? Classical. I would say classical, but I'm also extremely biased. Classical is the one that has the least amount of stuff around it, away from the purity of the instrumental language. Classical, to me, is the core root of emotion, because a violin, especially when a person's playing it, but we can also get away with VST and stuff, you feel the connection. Electronic, in terms of expressing emotion, I mean I think all music expresses emotion. I don't think it's actually a competition per se. Electronic music can certainly express emotion. Powerful. It also, with electronic, you can also dial it up to 50 to 100. You can ratchet it up in a way that sometimes classical can't do. But I would say when we really want to strip away and look at the nakedness of the human condition and the human emotion, I do think that classical is I think personally is the center, only because it's also the oldest and also the one that's been passed down through hundreds and hundreds of years. Because at the end of the day, everything stems from that core Baroque classical, the evolution. If you look at the timeline of the musical history, electronic music is still super young. So I would say that while I agree with you that we can ratchet up anger or rage or musical violence in a lot of ways with electronic, and I'm not against electronic. I love EDM. I love, I don't love metal as much, but I love like 80s hair metal. But I do think that ultimately, my favorite music is when you mix electronic with classical. So I don't think it's a competition for who does emotion better, because they all do the same thing. They all stem from the same place, right? I just think like to my ear, the nakedness of classical music is really effective. Like that dissonance right there is delicious. And the subtleness of the alto harmony in there, it's also slightly dissonant from the sopranos. But we're talking about choral right now. We're talking about choral representation. And nice slight growth and swell in there. And furthermore, to expand on that idea, you're right. People interpret emotions totally differently. We have not lived the same lived experiences. And also, just like not everybody sees the same green as green, there are, we interpret, there's a wonderful game, which is all about shades of gray, but it's called Hues and Clues. And Hues and Clues is interesting because here you have a board game, which is a massive color palette. And so a person who, everyone is trying to basically win, and the person picks up a card, and there are 4 color palettes, and they have to choose one of them, and then give one clue, a one-word clue that is not the color or anything related to the color in the room. And so you have to say, sky. And the reality is, when you have shades of blue on a color palette, it becomes really interesting to figure out where the person's idea of blue is and where the actual blue to you is. And so there's a square that then you set down, and whoever's within the box gets the points, and then the person who was dictating the color also gets points. And the beautiful thing is the fact that we don't interpret the color of the sky necessarily the same way, much in the same way that we don't interpret emotion the same way, because all of us have a different approach and a different life experience and different trauma and different histories and so on and so forth. So to that I say, whether it's electronic or classical or metal or J-pop or punk or whatever, the core of it is always emotion. And that is why I adore what I get to do every day, because we're talking about nuance. We're talking about subtlety. There is no objective emotional fact. Now, obviously, a person listens to a melancholic track like Maiden in Black from Demon's Souls. Chances are they're not sitting here being like, I'm so happy. Chances are we can kind of understand intrinsically, without any musical education or musical experience, that is a sad piece. Now, we don't know why it's a sad piece if we don't have musical experience or if we don't have the sheet music in front of us, but we can still, as humans, deduce when something feels the way it does. And that's really evocative. Good morning. And hermeneutics, what's that? Hermeneutics? The study of how we interpret texts and everything really talks about art as a depiction of something more real than reality. And that way we could argue that EDM is technically that. 1,000,000%. Who would disagree? Music evolution comes from the people who experience previous music style. That is one of the humanity's greatest wills. Yeah, I agree. But it all starts from cave people banging on whatever, and then as time went on, as time went on, we and everything is cause and effect. If we look at the history of music, I have a book back there. Don't make me pull it out. Everything is cause and effect. Why do we have the classical period? Because of the Baroque period. Why do we have the Romantic period? Because of the classical period. Everything is blurred, but there are moments of distinction where we can say the classical period is this. Baroque is all about opulence and, Rococo design, structure, formula, rigidity. Classical says, you know what? Classicals is this, right? And I don't remember all the details because it's been a while since I've been in a history class. Then Romantic was blurred by Beethoven at the tail end of that. And Beethoven said, I'm expressing this in a different way. I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. And suddenly we're thrust into the Romantic period, What's up, K-Ray? I'm so glad. Congrats. I liked 16 was okay. I think in the end, 16, I don't look upon as favorably as I did back then, but I do think that those pieces that I talked about on the channel are just divine. Where does opera fit into that? Hello. Opera starts with the Florentine Camerata, which was really, opera has been dead since it started, because opera dates back to the people in the 14, whatever, wanting to reconnect to Greek tragedy. And so opera's actually been dying since its inception, except opera's not for rich people. That is a misnomer. No, opera is not for rich people. It just depends on where you live, but there are plenty of prices that are more affordable than any sports game that you could possibly find. There are standing room tickets for $20, as an example. At the Metropolitan Opera, you can do standing room in the back for $25. I don't. Also, there's so much opera you could watch on YouTube right now for free. And I do agree with you that there is a definitive stereotype that opera is only for rich people. But it's not true. Even though they've had to obviously, it's a non-for-profit. They have to make money through sponsors and donors. What is the period we're in now? Oh, fuck if I know. I think the periods have kind of blurred anyway. It was a little bit spooky, but I went off on a real deep end there. Music is really one of the core of video games. So to me, music in games is like the crust of a delicious pie. You can't have a good pie without a delicious crust. Now, I don't think that music is as fundamental, and I've come to terms with this over the last year, I'd say. I don't think that music is as fundamental as gameplay. Gameplay is king when it comes to the overall experience. But crust, so if the game is if the gameplay is the filling, the apples in the apple pie or the strudel or whatever you like. Over top of that, the frosting, the cake, the crust, the crinkled edges, the oven. That's music, sound design, voiceover, all the things that give it life, actually. Because we've been playing games since humanity existed. Games have always been here. But what's not always been there is the connection between games and music and combining them into one to make one form of media. Anyway, holy fuck. I'm so sorry. My brain just went off the deep end. What they mean to say is that opera is for cultured people, and even that is arguably false. Even the concept of cultured is messy, and one needs to start somewhere to become cultured anyway. Yeah, it's true. Huh. And also, I mean, going even further, wow, I can't believe I'm talking about this shit at fucking 9 o'clock. Oh, God. I'm on all cylinders today. Got me talking about So I almost was a history teacher. So when we start getting into the etymology or the history, not etymology, but the history of music, it was the one subject that I truly loved in music. So I actually hate theory, personally. You never see me talk. I don't like being called a theorist. I'm the furthest thing from. You want to watch theory videos, 8-bit music theories got you there, covered all day. I love that guy. I want him on the channel. He's on my list of people I want to create content with in 2026. I could give 2 shits about theory. Absolutely 2 shits. I don't care if it's a dominant major 7th. I don't care if it's a minor 3rd. I don't give a fuck about theory whatsoever. I do not care. I will own that till the day I'm dead. I think technique is very important for emotional expression, though. You need technique, and you need to understand the basis of your instrument or the, composition or whatever, so that you can then get to the next, to the actual part of expression. Now, technique can set you free, but also, you can't replace raw emotion in how one delivers. Technique cleans you up so that then you can present in the most natural way, even though you already, as a human, have an instinct about musical expression. What is this channel about? Is this your first time here? Hello? My name is Marco. I am a former professional opera singer. I was an opera singer for, holy shit, this never happens. I was an opera singer for about 14 years, so 10 years plus, a decade plus. And I love talking about video game music because I've been playing games since I was 7, and I had a career in opera. I got started. Sorry for the intensity. I really, because of my background, I love talking about music from an emotional perspective, and how music and phrases in music and in video games lends itself to the human condition and why we are attached to the games that we love. Music enhances games that we love, and yeah, my job is to find clever, funny, interesting ways to talk about music via reaction content, via rankings or tier lists or what have you, all so that I can sell my videos, and from the fact that I think it's really important. So, or evil Italian man talks about music and judges his patron's taste, as we are doing right now. So. I came for the opera, I stay for the musings on music and life. Can we only submit music via Patreon? On Fridays, or well, this isn't Friday, today's Wednesday, but generally on Fridays, yes. Only on Fridays. Yes, I'm doing my best, and I promise you that we will be making sure that we are really honoring the promise to be doing a community listen every month. And I think in the next coming weeks, I will have to sit down with my mod team, my beloved mod team, to create a structure so that everything is equal and fair. Theory facilitates improvisation? No, yes, 1,000,000%. You can't just be like, yeah, no, you need theory. So improv is interesting because not that I've done a lot of improv, but improv requires you to understand the tonal center. You know, you need a tonal center. You need do. Well, if we're talking about fixed do, you know, you need to know where you are within the chord structure, so you don't just like pop out and just start farting, right? You need to understand your limits, because within, you can do a bunch of other stuff in between. There's accidental, sharps, flats, so on. Name it. You can do it, but within the realm of improvisation, you still need to have the. One time I heard a really interesting thing about faith, and I don't want to get into my faith discussion because it's I don't want to do that. But boundaries. But what I would say is, I remember hearing an argument that was fascinating. The reason when people started believing in God and Jesus Christ and all this other stuff. Let's talk Christianity. I know not everybody is Christian, but just for the sake of it. That box, those rules, those limitations, in some ways actually allow for freedom, which is interesting, because if you're not religious, you think to yourself, well, you're following you're following dogmatic principles. Why would you want to adhere to principles? But people often that are religious end up feeling freedom because they know the confines of what they live in. And I think that's very interesting. I'm not saying I pertain to that. I'm much more, I'll talk a little bit about it. I'm agnostic, but obviously, like, you know, I know my Father's waiting for me wherever that is. Like, that's a whole separate discussion I don't really want to get into, but I'm going to, because I'm too much of an open book and I don't really want to argue about it, but I'm going to talk about it. You know, I believe that my dad is in the next room. I don't have access to that room, but he's there. And the first person I see when I die is going to be my father, my best friend in the whole wide world, the love of my life. Obviously my wife too, but like my father, my mother, of course, but she's alive. My father is the love of my life, my best friend. My best friend. I love that guy so fucking much. And I know that minute when I start to fade away, my father's going to reach out, because he never abandoned me in life, and he wouldn't abandon me in death. Just like I didn't abandon him in death, right? It was there. And so I think it's very interesting. And I think music, and I learned this from my father, music connects us to a spiritual plane where we don't necessarily need drugs to do it, because you can really dig into that. I've had performances or like competition stuff where I felt so connected to the words and the music and the pitches and the melody. I felt like I was saying those things. There's one aria that I love called Kuda Kuda from Eugene Onegin by Tchaikovsky. And Lenski is prepared to die. He's about to do a duel with Onegin because Onegin was dancing with his girlfriend, Olga. And Lenski is enraged. And in a fit of rage, he challenges him to a duel. But he knows that Onegin will kill him because he's a poet. He's not a gun expert. He's just a guy who writes poetry and somehow makes a living. And so as the sun rises, as they prepare for the duel, he sits there in the cold Russian countryside preparing for this duel against his best friend. And he says, Kuda, kuda, kuda viuda lilis. Where, oh, where are my beautiful days of spring? I know I'm going to die. The whole thing. And then it pivots and he sings about Olga. Oh, Olga, I hope you miss me. I hope you mourn for me. I hope you sing. And I tell you, the connection between the technique of singing well, or not well, depending on the day, and the emotional, clued in and tapped in world you have to be in to sing something like that. Profound. Profound. Hey, Taki, what's up? My next opera project? Sooner than you think. We've never listened to Shadow Hearts 2. Anyway. Hey, Joel, what's up? Happy Turkey Day. It's like Banners Never Fall, but better. Really? Oh, yeah, we're going to do it in a couple hours. I'm really excited. I'm going to start a new stream, though. It'll be a new stream, and then we'll pop over to Wuwa. And then we'll talk about the drip of 3.0 and stuff. Lots to talk about. Oh my god, this has been really long. How long has this been? 56 minutes. Sing to the Queen is actually coming up in a couple... It's actually today. Burn It All. Nihilister's second phase theme is in 5 tracks if we ever get there. Man, I missed that song. Что день грядущий мне готовит его, мой взор напрасно ловит. В глубокой тьме таится он, нет нужды прав судьбы закон. Паду ли я стрелой пронзенный, или мимо пролетит она все благо бдения и сна приходит час определенный. Man, it's so good. Soulframe's got gorgeous music. I started singing opera. I started singing because I wanted to beat somebody. Because they wanted to be the lead in a high school play, A Fiddler on the Roof. And I said, the fuck? I want to be a lead. I was very ambitious in high school. I've always been very ambitious. So I guess I've had ADHD for a really long time. But when I hyper-focus. And I hyper-focused to be successful as a lead in opera. Or in this school musical. So I started taking singing lessons. Not because I gave a shit about singing. In fact, I only joined the plays because I thought it was a way to date women. Girls. So I was like, at first my mom was like, you gotta go to summer class. I was like playing Final Fantasy VIII. My mom's like, you gotta go. And I said, I don't want to go. I'm playing Fisherman's Horizon. I'm trying to beat fucking old Tamesia. She's an asshole. My mom said, I don't give a fuck. You're going to summer camp for plays. I said, oh, but only girls do that. I don't give a shit. So she kicked me out of the house and made me go. I remember that. It was 90, I think it was 98, because that's when, isn't that when, yeah, 98. That's when Final Fantasy VIII came out, I think. And then it's impressive when I sing well. Thanks. That's actually not even that good. That's what's funny. I actually can sing way better, but it's 9 o'clock. I've had coffee and I haven't warmed up or hydrated. I've not reached my full potential yet. But yeah, and then I did see that. I did see metal, yeah. So then after that, I kind of fell in love with theater. I loved the fact that I could be somebody else. 1999, thank you, FK. I love that I could pretend. Actually, my first role was as a Nazi in Sound of Music. Don't cancel me. I was 13 years old. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Lilia. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Darkness, what's up? What up? Don't stare too long into the darkness. You may not stare back. I know. Damn, it's true. In hindsight, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Hey, it's Moon, what's up? But yeah, so then after that, I fell in love with it. And in 11th grade, we were doing Fiddler on the Roof, and I auditioned and I started taking singing lessons. Because I really wanted to get the role. I wanted to be Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof. To life, l'chaim, 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 to life. I mean, it's such a great role. And that was huge, and I got it. And then that kind of, I remember my best friend that I still see to this day, he was like, if you don't get into music, I'm going to punch you in the face. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, if you don't go into music, I'm going to kill you. And I believed him. I was like, he's going to kill me. It's true. So he's going to punch me in the face. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let me go and try this out. I auditioned for a couple schools, and in that audition process, I remember my audition for there was a place in Pittsburgh called Carnegie Mellon University, and we like flew all the way there, and in the audition they were like, so do you dance? I go, I'm 250 pounds, I don't dance. And I'm like, looking back, I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. You don't say that at an audition for a fucking music school where you will have to dance, you fucking idiot. And yeah, so then eventually I did get into a school. The guy came up to me, shook my hand. He's like, we're going to do this. I want this to work. And it was like a last ditch effort. And then that started everything. The first year of my studies, I wanted to be a musical theater singer. So I was very into musical theater. And then I caught the bug. I started listening to opera, and I realized that the power and the prestige and the history of opera and connecting me to my Italian roots made things so much more rich. And it's also amazing how much music can change. So you change as a person all the time. There's an opera by Benjamin Britten called The Rape of Lucretia that is deeply unsettling. Well, obviously, listen to the title. Deeply unsettling. And when I first listened to it, I listened to the first 10 seconds and I said, what the fuck is this shit? And I just immediately unplugged my headphones and said, fuck that. English opera sucks balls. And then later on, I listened to it again, and I was so moved by that story. And this is when context matters. And this is why I believe that context is important these days. I remember I watched that opera. They were presenting it a couple years later. And I was blown away by the stress of the subject matter and the experience. And I fell in love with that opera. You know, same thing happened with Richard Strauss's Ariadne auf Naxos. It's an opera within an opera. The first half of the opera is them trying to figure out how to put on the opera. And then the second half, the opera part's extremely boring on purpose because you have the comedians, the Comédie de l'Arte troupe, coming in and fucking up the opera and making fun of the seriousness. And then I used to hate it. And then I fell in love with it. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. We have only done one song. We should keep going. Let's keep listening to this. Well, Chris, I hope you got your money's worth, because love the lower male vocals there. Really, really good. Again, a lot of the suspension that we hear in the original with the harp, we actually end up getting with the vocals. There's the harp. So it comes in later. That's really interesting. It's almost like a callback. I think in the end, while I do think that the original has much more of that space and much more of that discomfort, I do think that the package of this new Maiden in Black is very, very, very good. Very good. Good morning. Good morning. We are fired up, baby. Holy shit. It is early. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm very excited. Look how cute this is. Yesterday I went and found a plot of land and became immortalized in Soulframe because I decided to become a founder. I thought this was a really lovely idea from the Digital Extremes Soulframe team to honor those that have become founders ahead of time. Guten Morgen! It's like 5 p.m. here. No, we have a wide variety. Most of you are probably in Europe or Asia, correct? Hey Marco, I think I'm out of the loop of the VGM of 2025. What are the current highlights? Oh Lord! Strap in, we're about to go. This year was incredible for soundtracks. Let's take a look. Megabonk, super fun, retro, just bops all day. Luminous Arise, fantastic soundtrack. Luminous Arise, of course, is like a Tetris with a spin, terrific. Arc Raiders, very understated music. A bit of a salacious hot topic here with some AI use for that they are paying their voice actors for. But musically, it's from the team that from the guys that made Battlefield 1 and 5's music. Divine, terrific stuff. Where Winds Meet recently came out. Can't recommend the music in this enough. Very peaceful Chinese vibes, lots of Arhu, beautiful stuff. Ball X Pit, very surprising. Music in this one, terrific sense of momentum in this. This one was great. Guild Wars 2 had a recent expansion, Visions of Eternity, wonderful soundtrack there. Really, really lovely stuff. Wuthering Waves just dropped 2.8 patch. This is some lo-fi, excellent lo-fi sort of, I don't know how you would describe it, but it's like electronic lo-fi mixed in with some real nice stuff. What the hell? Hold on. Here we go. Constance. Really cute. Really cute. That's not a music, though. Dragon Quest's remake. Divine music. Divine orchestral music from the original Dragon Quest here. Modernized. Dispatch. Surprisingly good music. surprisingly good synthwave. Really, really charming. Really charming. Let's see. Absalom, one of the best soundtracks of the year. Gareth Coker with special guests Yuka Kitamura of FromSoft fame, Mick Gordon, and I believe Motoi Sakuraba also from FromSoft. Really, really great stuff. Final Fantasy Tactics got a remake. Music was amped up a bit. Sonic Racing Crossworlds was incredible musically. I cannot recommend this music enough. Some wonderful remixes of Sonic tracks. Some of them are crazy. At first, I hated them and I fell in love with them. Definitely one of my favorite soundtracks of the year. Hades 2 also had an exceptional soundtrack, though to be honest, I actually don't really care for it. Oops. I really, really like it. Momo Crash. Okay, hear me out now. This game is... Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. This is a rhythm game where you squeeze notes with your thighs. I'm not going to hide it. I played it last night. It's incredible. It's actually really good. Those are not sperm. Anyway, really good interpretations of classical pieces. These are classical pieces that they've turned into nice electronic themes. Anyway, I played it next to my wife. Silent Hill F, Akira Yamaoka. Really great stuff this year. There were like 2 or 3 standout tracks that were really, really, really like just phenomenal. But the atmosphere in this was profound. Dying Like the Beast was also very good with Olivier. Oh God, I can never say his name. Derivier. Some really interesting thematic use in Dying Like the Beast. You knew something was fishy about me? You don't know anything about me. I'll give you fishy. Platypus Reclayed is a original shmup from God. It was like a sleeper hit when it came out. One of the first shmups to use clay animation, and the remake of this was really good. Silk Song, terrific soundtrack. I thought a really beautiful improvement over Hollow Knight in terms of its scope, though very similar in its own way. Shinobi Art of Vengeance, really cool, like sort of retro OST, really great. Whisper of the House, wonderful lo-fi stuff here. Excellent music. Rogue Prince of Persia, absolute delight of electronic music mixed with Persian. So we had some EDM with Persian stuff. This is just phenomenal. One of my favorite OSTs of the year. Sword of the Sea came out this year. This is Austin Wintory's soundtrack. Delightful. I think it really works in context. I don't necessarily think it's an out of context music experience per se, but in game it was divine. I really can't recommend. This is a 5-hour game. I can't recommend it enough. No. Proper Persian, not desert music. Yeah. Ninja Gaiden 4 had some sick music too, although I didn't buy that. I bought it like 4 times. Wheel World was surprising. Really, really beautiful music in this guy. Also, this one, Eartheon, some really nice retro shmup stuff as well. For VGM, I'm curating Monster Hunter series tracks as my current expertise today on the wiki. Exceptional. Thank you for your service. Eric's Home had really nice music this year. Umumusume had terrific music this year. Very beautiful orchestral stuff, and obviously the diva stuff in there. Stellar Blade came out on PC. Can't recommend this music or this game enough. Deltarune, of course, phenomenal stuff. Night Rain was good, but nothing too crazy there. There were a couple standout tracks. Doom the Dark Ages was a letdown. Did not enjoy that very much. Midnight Walk, apparently, this is one that's on my to-do list before the end of the year as I prepare my Meatball Awards. Expedition 33, of course, came out this year, and this one had probably the best music of the year. really exceptional. 100-yard, 100-line defense was also excellent musically. Really, really good. And South of Midnight, super underrated music, very folk. Really, I don't really know the exact definition of this music style, but Southern, think like, Southern, I don't really know how to describe it. Wonderstop was music by C104 or C41, the Minecraft. I haven't spent enough time with this. Everhood 2, I didn't get the chance, but Everhood 1 music is wonderful. Monster Hunter Wilds had a great soundtrack this year, as you already know. Really, really exceptional. Overall, not as many standout tracks, but very good. Rift of the Necrodancer was tremendous soundtrack wise. Tremendous. We got some Alex Mukala in here. Really great music. Really can't recommend this soundtrack enough. There was also some Crypt of the Necrodancer, of course, in there as well. Nunholy. Shut up. Path of Exile. Well, okay. So that's all I have here. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty tapped into games this year, but Ender Magnolia too, of course. I haven't spent enough time with that musically. Yeah, that's pretty much, you asked a very loaded question and I gave you a very loaded answer. So I'll tell you, I never half-ass. I always full. Moonlighter 2 is exceptional. One of my favorite games of this year. What is this library? It's the Library of Congress. Anyway, yeah. So that's... Anyway. Next song? Why you rush me? Hi, Marco. Have you seen the Iron Mouse cover of Alicia and Lumiere? I did, yeah. Great to have you, Susaku. It's from her concert, and she did release it yesterday. I did see it, yeah. Moonlighter 2 is fucking awesome. I can't recommend it enough. It's going to become my obsession, I think. All right, anyway. Next up is Ghost of Tsushima Duel theme. I don't believe there's an official version of this track, so I had to find the unofficial version. Thanks, Patrick. Game rip. Hope that's okay. It is. As much as I have enjoyed the new music of Ghost of Yotei, I feel like it just doesn't reach the heights of emotion energy that the Ishikari and Shiguru Umebayashi gave to the Ghost of Tsushima. I completely agree with you. I did not like Ghost of Yotei's music at all. You can really feel the stakes and heroism in the music itself. Yeah, this is one of my favorite soundtracks. I've listened to every single one of these tracks 1,000,000% of times. So. It's 7 minutes, so we probably won't listen to the whole thing, Chris, just FYI. We're kind of clapping down on things over 6 minutes. So see, here's a prime example of why this soundtrack is so good. So it takes the mixture of Japanese and Western and like Western orchestral sound and combines them into this sort of almost feral musical storytelling where we feel the intensity and we feel that sort of tradition, the ghost versus the samurai, and the blend of those things really comes together strongly, especially when we're squaring up in a duel format, which I think GOT does so unbelievably well. Tremendous stuff. Obviously we get the horns there, just ascending us. Yeah, I like how it's basically a timer, too. It feels like there's a clock. Also, the use of the sort of hammer anvil sound is really interesting because it's the clashing of steel. Yeah, that's excellent. Here we get a little bit more of the traditional instrumentation. And there's a virility in that sound, you know. It's ruthless, and you get the chant in the back. Love that rhythm. Da, da, choo, da, da. Really, really, really something. Hey Zap, what's up? Welcome in. It's been a minute. Wait, did you hear how excellent that was? Listen to this. Listen to the body do. Listen to this. Right there. That's desperation, isn't it? That's like in the face of brutality, we get that thrust in there of like, I have to do this. You know? There's the tension. Listen to that. That touch body. I think that's a big loop actually, so we're good. But yeah, I mean, a tremendous soundtrack. I was really, really, really hopeful that Ghost of Yotei would kind of follow in similar footsteps with the Ghost of Tsushima soundtrack, because actually, fun fact, I am an elitist, and Ghost of Tsushima was one of my most played soundtracks the year that game came out. My Spotify Wrapped was predominantly Ghost of Tsushima tracks. The Sacrifice, the tradition of Sacrifice of Tradition. I fell in love with the entire soundtrack. At the back of the album, there's a terrific suites that kind of take some of the themes and mix and match them. Exceptional. Well, yeah, we started early today. Also, ads are starting on Twitch. Hey, Hal, what's up? So really just incredible. Yeah, the transition, you're absolutely right. It's visceral. And I think it does a great job of showcasing how ruthless this track is. Really, really, really great. Okay, next up we have Arknights. Oh God. More weeb shit. All right, we've buckled up. Let's do The Vigil Ends. Feeling indulgent, and I love these songs, so I picked between the two wildly different uses of opera-style vocals this month. The allegations will never cease. So it's interesting how right away we are beckoning, we are inviting, we are saying, come here, you know, come be a part of this, you know, like let me. There's an organ, obviously the sort of the large. This is that instrument that it's It's like so the bells, I guess. Really just like come enter my lair, you know. Let me kick in with a little bit of twisting here. Chimes, thank you. My brain. No status. No status. It was a good idea. No status, though. You know, the middle part of this I actually don't really care for. It's a little busy. It's not my favorite Arknights track by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably at the very near the bottom, to be honest. The one thing I would say that's actually gorgeous about this, though, is the fact that what we get is like this multiplication. It feels like there's this beckoning and welcoming into this chamber, right? Come here, come here, come here. And then the soprano, there's a bit of siren-y quality where we're sort of there's not, I wouldn't say seduction, but we're playing with our food. And then as the choir sort of expands and we sort of we actually split and multiply and expand, and it's almost like we surround. There's a lot of taunting in this. There's a lot of teasing. There's a lot of a bit of a push and pull, but mostly it's push. You know, it's like, but it's all from the enemy. It's not from the defenders. It's like playing and you know, playing with the food. You know, it's very cool. And furthermore, it feels like we're twirling. It feels like we're dancing. It feels like we're like, you know, it's very evil villain, but it's got this like sort of psychosis around it too. It's like instead of laughing, we're choosing to sing. You know? Do you really think you can do this? I don't think so. Really nice. Not my favorite, but very nice. What do you mean, Tom? Tom, that was a 33-minute rant? A 33-minute tangent? That's a record? Congrats, everybody. We did it. We got a new record of a tangent. 33-minute tangent in the middle of a song. Congrats, everybody. Congrats, everybody. We did it. Let's go for 40 next. Also, fuck you, Tom. How dare you? In our live stream chat, Tom said, I think a 33-minute tangent in the middle of a song might be a new record. Bitch. To think I pay you for that position. Wait, no, I don't. Civ 7. I pay you with love and appreciation and Christmas bonuses. Civ 7, Great Britain, Jerusalem. Also, I'm joking, Tom, obviously. You could say that the 33 minutes was quite the expedition. Civ is on our list of known copyright issues. Yeah, I'll dispute this. I'll message Christopher Tin if we have a problem. The Civilization games have some of the greatest compositions in a video game that I've personally ever heard. Jeff Noor has, this is Jeff Noor, right? Had a true talent for making music that truly is respectful and reverent of cultures from around the world. This orchestration of the famous hymn, Jerusalem, by Sir Hubert Parry encompasses the size and ambitions of Edwardian Britain. Let's do it. Oh, I love the way this starts. Gorgeous sustain. The sun is rising. We're adding a soprano on top? No. Oh, wow. Tiny hint of Jupiter Holster. Tiny. Swell. Gorgeous harp in the back. Nice pivot from the cellos back to the woodwinds. Gorgeous strings. And we go with the cellos. Another crescendo. Yes. Pull back. Tenuto strings. Left. Oh, what a journey. Oh my God. It's so I'm sorry. It's so beautiful. It reminds me so much of sorry. It reminds me so much of love, like the deep paternal like deep paternal love. When I hear that, all the stunning, obviously we have perfectly placed crescendi and decrescendi and pulls, and then we pivot into the strings that then take over, and then what we have there is a prolonged resolution. And we don't get too big. I mean, we do beautiful crescendi, but overall, like what we end up getting is this like overwhelming sense of love for father and mother, or parental guardian and son and daughter, and this beautiful, beautiful, protective, shielded, holding. This is so gorgeous. You know, just an exceptional piece. And this is what I love. Like, I love that, yes, obviously it has to do with British people. But when I hear that, I think of my father. I think of the sound of the sustained strings of like, come, I've got you, I'll protect you, you know, come here, you're my child. Much in the same way that a country, in this case, England, would protect its citizens. I don't know if it's doing that now, but like there's a gathering, a bringing together of, I've got you, you're safe. It's really like that moment where you sit down, you know? It's just so Wow. Wow. Like, what a tremendous piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to, like, it really, if that fucked me up. Oh, that's so beautiful. Holy shit. Oh my God. Anyway, thank you so much. What a great track. Wow. Ascending. Phenomenal. Congrats. That gets the gold star for the day so far. Oh, wow. Really something. You know, and the thing is, like, we could sit down and we could be like, okay, well, this section here does this, and this section here does that, and listen to the way the harp ascends, and listen to the way this and that and the other, right? But, like, more than anything, it's just so emotional. And it's amazing how music can elevate that. Fuck, dude. That shit was fucking amazing. It is, yes. Yeah, one has to be careful. Goddess of Victory, Nikke. Burn it all. This is the Nihilister second phase theme, metal theme of a Nihilister, heretic, and just the angriest mecha dragon. You know, for all the tits and ass this game has, I gotta be honest, there's actually a lot of heart and soul in it. I actually really, the music's actually terrific, and the game is actually very good. Have I heard the Limbus theme in Hell We Live? No, I have not. Heretic boss themes being diss tracks, huh? Okay. Let's dive in. So it's not that I don't like it, because I actually am kind of fond of metal music, and screamo in this case. I think it actually fits the context extremely well. You know, the lyrics, do you think you'll live today, or can I make you die in pain? Yeah, you'll never see another day. I can crush you all the way with my thighs. I'm going to take you down today, and I will make you die in pain. Yeah, you'll go insane. Don't mess with me. Ooh, do you try to run away from me? Oh, do you try to run away from me? Can you feel the fear? No one saves you here. So in this case, this is one of those moments where we're having this sort of explosion of emotion, right? An explosion of sound, an explosion of voice and anger and rage and you know, I think it's appropriate. The tempo is very fast, too fast for my liking in this current moment. But I do think that this is a song of really like standing up and facing against this thing and saying, you know what, fuck you. You're not gonna stop me. You know what I mean? You're not gonna get in my way. And I think in that case it works unbelievably well. You know, jokes aside, right? Like I do think that the track itself is really well produced. I think that the singing is really interesting to listen to. I'm always endlessly impressed by people that can do this vocally, because the shit is incredibly, like, you do it wrong, that's it, out forever, right? Like it's very impressive. Do I like it right this second? Not particularly. because it's very, very violent and very visceral. So like obviously we were talking about hues and cues earlier and the idea of shades of emotion. And in this case, if violence, musical violence and rage is on a spectrum, well, over there is where we're at. And today at 10:48 a.m., my sort of barometer for rage and violence is like probably over here today. So it's interesting how like when you present a piece of music, one has to be in the mindset to be able to receive. And this one is such a 100 that it's really difficult sometimes if the person you're if we lower the scale to like -10, if a person is like a -20, -10, a 0 on the scale, and you present a 100, well, what ends up happening is you get this, sort of, but that being said, the artistry is actually impressive. And the delivery of that sort of impassioned outcry is terrific. Hey, Mihai, thank you. Hope you're doing well. So also obviously we had massive whiplash listening to a piece that made me think about like my dead dad, and then now we're listening to this. But it's all fair. Hey, what's up, Gigabonk? Did I see that Alex Garland is making an Elden Ring movie? I did see that. He showed a 100-page script to Miyazaki. Do you think that they'll hire the Elden Ring composers? They should. Mr. Nylon, welcome back. No longer in Twitter jail. You're on Twitch now. We got another one. We converted another one. Great to have you. OSTs can be strong enough to override your mood. Yeah, 1,000,000%. And for better or for worse. What's up, Kane? How are you? But yeah, really, really intense. Did I finish Digimon? Yeah, Mark, you can see the whole thing on YouTube. I really enjoyed it. What I will say, for my personal taste, I actually don't like the whiny sound. So this is something that, this is one thing that I don't like in my music. I don't like the, are you out there? The sort of stuff that I grew up with. I actually never really liked that kind of a sound. And so here, I'm gonna get that I don't really like. I actually prefer the screamo energy and the screaming much more, and the double bass drum and all that stuff. I love that. But I actually find that emo music sound very off-putting. Not to discredit the singer, because that's what's asked for, but in my personal taste, I really don't like that. So yeah. I think that's two singers. Springhead and Amon, Amon. Level 9, Amon, Springhead. Hey, Bloomer, thank you. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, on my personal scale, that's like a 6 out of 10. Like 4 out of 10. I would never listen to that ever in my own private listening. Like, that's not something that I like. But subjectivity aside, looking at the objective, looking at the objective stuff that's happening in here, it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I think it's a really interesting piece. I think it's cool that we have such hardcore emotional release, kind of like vomiting emotion with that. But yeah, very cool. Hey, Slayer, we're going to be playing later. I'll be doing a separate live stream for all WoWA-related content. So don't worry. We'll be talking about everything that happened yesterday with the teaser and with the drip and lots of opinions to come. So don't worry about that. That'll be in a couple hours, though. So definitely, if you want to circle back, it'll be there. Or just watch the VOD on YouTube or whatever. So, all right. And then pivoting from a different... Chisa's amazing. I love Chisa. Chisa, honestly, I'm like very anti-gacha in my life right now, but Chisa S3, like the third node on her constellation to make her like full DPS, really, really tempting, but I shan't. All right, anyway, pivoting back. What's up, Vader, are you? Let's go to Octopath Traveler, A Sea Breeze Blows. Not the only, well, no, shut up, don't. Keep that shit to yourself. Love the accordion and the strings as it represents the flow of the water of some kind. This is a terrible track to listen to while I actively have to pee. Oh. 10 out of 10. Accordion, you had me at hello. So warm, so bright, so inviting, sunny seaside, just excellent. Oh, the sun! It's so perfect! So much energy in this, it's delightful. I love the way the strings guide us here. It's so elegant. And then the little accents of the piano are so delightful. And I love that the accordion is front and center, backed by that wonderful orchestral sound. Just divine. And then a wonderful loop. Isn't that a fun little moment? Listen to this. I'll shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. But listen to this beautiful... I started swearing a lot. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Nice. Listen, the button is so important. Listen to how gorgeous this is. Piano goes up. String sustain. Right? Nice, excellent loop. Like, you can't, when you listen to that, you can't help but be like, oh my God, life is so good. Let me just, like, let me sit back and enjoy my life and the air on my face, the wind the wind in my face and the joy, the joy of life. Like, my God, the seagulls aren't shitting on me. And, I didn't know you streamed until I joined the Patreon. Bro, I stream every day. Bro, I stream every day. I can't over advertise. I stream every day. Get it in here. Oh, it's so excellent. Since 0? That's 4 years ago. Oh, cheeky. Listen to that little cheeky button there. Oh, see, isn't that nice though? Jesse Cox over advertises. Does he? I'm not going to repeat that just because I don't want to get in trouble. But I mean, that's true. You do have to advertise. Listen, I recently started advertising the Patreon. I recently started advertising the Discord that you should join at ! Discord. And hey, if you're contemplating joining the Discord, just join the $5 tier and let's watch anime together at patreon.com/MarcoMeeball. Can I speak some Italian for the chat? Certo che posso parlare italiano se volete. Ma fatto ridere che c'erano persone che non sapevano che ero italiano. Però io sì, infatti sono italiano. Italiano? Beh, veramente, ok, veramente sono italo-americano, però ho cresciuto in Italia per 3 anni e sì. What anime are on my Patreon so far? I'll tell you. Working backwards. Mob Psycho right now. Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Complete. Fate Zero. Complete. Freerun. Complete. Gundam Witch from Mercury. Complete. Violet Evergarden. Complete minus the movies because I'm upset at that anime. The anime fan base is going to yell at me when I do that video. Violet Evergarden complete minus the movie. It's a movie. Is that it? Freerun? Freerun was the first one. Oh, Gurren Lagann. How could I forget? Do you mind for the VTuber music? I'll be doing more of that. Am I excited for Freerun Season 2? Yeah, 1,000,000%. I don't know what Psychopass is. Hydrate. I'm reading Demon Slayer right now. I'm just fucking around though, there's no pressure. Bleach? I should check out some Bleach? I love this. Excellent song. Thank you so much for requesting this. Bleach! Funny you should say that, because there is a Bleach track, La Distancia para un Duelo, from a year ago that I was never able to upload on Patreon due to copyright problems. And now, I present to you. Let's dive into something I've never heard before. My name is Marco. I'm a former professional opera singer, and I love talking about music from an emotional perspective after a decade of doing that very thing every single day. Today we're going to be listening to La Distancia para un Duelo from Bleach. No idea what Bleach is about or what's going on. Let's talk about it. Probably stop and start as we go. Here we go. Oh, I can't play that here. Oh, no, I can because it's... Well, no, I can't. Wait, can I? No, yeah, I can. So, okay, that video, it will be live later. That is an alternate timeline, Marco. That is from a year ago. You're finally watching FMA. Peak. FMA is peak. Peak. Oh, wait. Peak. Best book I've ever fucking read. 12, 13, 14. Peak. One of the best books I've ever read. One of the definitive best books I have ever read. Easily one of the best books. And actually, you know what else is up there? Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, full. Tokyo Ghoul, I don't like it as much as FMA, but boy. FMA is so good. I have to pee so bad. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Just a couple break. Just a quick break. Have I ever watched Fist of the North Star? No. I'm going to take a quick pee break. And then we're going to do some giveaways. So if you want a giveaway for a Soulframe Prelude, ad starts in 59 seconds on Twitch. I will be back. We will do a giveaway. Hop into ! Discord. Go ahead and click the thumbs up button on the server announcement. I will be giving away 10 codes to Soulframe Warframe's sister game, Preludes. Excuse me, I just burped. Vinland Saga. I have that down there. I need to read it. Join the Discord if you want a gift code for Preludes for Soulframe Warframe's sister game. So be right back. Roy Mustang, the GOAT. All right, let's do a giveaway. Server announcements. I have not reacted to the Cycle Ends from Guild Wars 2, although I do love that game, so I'm sure I've heard it? Question mark. In server announcements, which is below Marco updates, there are currently 101. Wait, that's 103. So that's exactly a little under 10%, if the maths do be mathing. And then we'll pivot over to our listening portion of the stream, rather than the analysis portion of our stream. One second. All right, let me grab these names. Woo. Is that everybody? No. Ah, shit! I gotta redo it. I missed the whole bunch. Hold on one sec. I wish I could just take everybody at one time, but I can't because of the way this particular site works. Okay, the only stipulation is that if it's really hard for me to ping you and I can't find your username, which I should be able to. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Giving away 10 codes, 10 preludes. Don't say take everybody at once. Why? Did I get everybody? Hold on one second. I'm just going to check. Looks like yes. Okay. All right. It's locked. Here we go. Okay. 10 Soulframe code giveaway. Vader gets it. Well, I'm not gonna. Hold on. Congrats to Vader. Vader. Hold on. And then Vader goes away. All right. And then is there another one? No. Everyone gets 2 chances, by the way. Next up is Zavran. Excellent. Excellent. Czav, look at you. You joined the stream and you won a code to a game. Next up is Lover of Jazz, which I think should be Nikke on. Oh wait, that would make my life a lot easier. Where are you? Nikke. Oops. Okay, next. I'm not looking at chat, by the way, so if something urgent happens, just Sideways. Sideways gets a code. Next up, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4. We still have a lot more to go. Looks like Lord Scorpio. Gets a code. Where's the... There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more. Moz, if there's some emergency I don't see, just ping me. Otherwise, I won't see it. In like, DM me. Soma Cruzio gets a code. Skip Battle gets a code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Atomic Bacon Bits. Thank God all of your names are more or less PG. Gets a code. That's 8. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, 9, 10. 3 more. Billy gets a code. Contemplative gets a code. And last but not least, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's fucking 10. My bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. Sorry, Ronan. I fucked up. That's 10 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the debate. That will be 10. Those 10 people have received a code for hey Flyin, what's up? For rigged hardly. Those 10 folks will get keys to access to Soulframe Preludes. Obviously, I'm pretty well connected with Digital Extremes. They treat me really well. So if there's an opportunity for more codes, then I will definitely be the first to let you know, because I know that they're opening up access to folks, and yeah. So they've just They've just launched their partner program, or their founder program. Really cool time to be hopping in. I'm not sponsored for this, by the way. I just really love Digital Extremes. But they've launched their founder program, which is really cool. Okay, hold on one second. Yeah, I started it. I played it a little bit a couple months ago, and I just popped in for the first time yesterday, and things have really changed. It's really, really, really cool. Hold on one tiny second. I'm gonna please reach out to Kremen. And then Kremen. And then they go to this link to redeem. Okay. All right. Let's continue with, these are just, oh, you're already in Soulframe but not a founder? Oh, these are just to play. These are not founder codes. All right, well, Ronan gets a code. Ronan does in fact get a code. No worries. Thank you, Vader. Thanks for letting me know. No problem. Sorry about that. I guess I wasn't clear. Sorry about that. Thank you, Vader. I appreciate you. All right. Let's continue on. So we're diving into the different phase of our stream where we kind of just listen and hang out. No, you fine. Have a Nice Death is up. Maxxx, Addicted to Violence. In this game, I can't believe this is getting a sequel. Of all games. Each level you go through is based on a cause of death. This track specifically is the theme of a boss whose lore is pretty mysterious. Nobody knows. Here he comes where he comes from. Yet he is extremely powerful and crazy. All we really know is that he's in charge of the addictions department. This is from Have a Nice Death. Oh, I was thinking of a different game. My bad. I was thinking of Let It Die. Sorry. Whoa, listen to the... Oops, my bad. Start over. I like the swirling in that.
The Fantastic Four.
Oh fuck, sorry. Wow, with the bass clarinet too. Bang. That's awesome. Oh! What the fuck happened? What happened? What? Google like took a shit. My Windows tab just like completely shut down for no reason. Okay. Hello? I just lost everything. Ah, what the fuck? Sorry. Let's try that again. My entire like thing just like collapsed. All right, hold on. Hold. It was just getting good too. Oops. Sorry. Here you are. It's so quirky. You know, I love how twisted and otherworldly that was, and it had a real like I don't know. Obviously, it was uncomfortable and kind of spooky, but also it felt like it was. It kind of was stripping away at the seams. You know what I mean? It felt very. It was kind of raw and kind of almost violent. You know, it kind of just like allowed itself to be nuts. Like it was almost like a bad acid trip, right? Especially since that's the addictions department. I thought that was really unique and very quirky. Yeah. Thronebreaker. Oh my god, what an underrated game. Just Punishment. I love this game. Witcher card game RPG with a soundtrack that does not dishonor the main game. That's right. Thronebreaker is really cool. I love the occasional in and outs of like this is all like sort of like battle essence, but then in between it you have that melody. Yeah. You know, I think it's a little understated, actually. Like, I don't think it's, like, so in your face. But at the same time, I do, obviously, it has that Witcher sound, which is just terrific. And it's hard to deny how excellent that is, you know. I don't know. Oh, yeah. And that makes sense because it's Marcin Przewowiec, the composer of Witcher 3. So, very cool. It'll be interesting to hear how P.T. Adamczyk takes over for Witcher 4. Though I don't know if Marcin is still at CD Projekt Red or working on that. I don't know. Etrian Odyssey 3, Each Their Own Justice, the mystery dungeon arrangement of the final boss theme from Etrian Odyssey 3. Notably, 3 is the only game in the series that has multiple endings, with the final boss you face in each ending dependent upon which side you take in the central conflict, and you're forced to fight against who would have otherwise been your closest ally had you chosen differently. Neither side is evil, both have only the best intentions, they just have opposing goals that they can't compromise, hence each their own justice. This is not a triumphant moment. Wow, okay, really? Wow. Excellent. Is this a live orchestra? Sure sounds like it. Love that. You worked with Marcin before? From Warsaw? That's so cool. Seems like a really nice guy. I love that little beginning phrase. It's really like shit. You know what I mean? In musical form. It's like, shit. All right. I guess we have to. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, what choice do we have? You know what I mean? Fine. How about thee? You know, and that's all you can really do. It's cool. I like that. Actually, I thought that sound was delightful. Really pretty. Prayer in a Land of War from Genshin Impact. This is the last boss theme released for Notlon. The boss is locked behind a quest, but Hoyo really ended Notlon with a blast here. Hey, Shadow, am I going to try Druid in PoE 2? What? The Druid is in PoE 2 now? Oh, Lord. I definitely want to try that. Are you kidding? Druid's one of my favorite classes. Have they showcased any of any gameplay? Are there companions? What? Druid gameplay from 2 years ago. What? It's been 5 days ago. Hold on.
For those who walk alone, back.
Oh! December 4th.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2. In 3 weeks we'll be launching The Last of the Druids, our third major addition to Early Access. Join us on the 4th of December for GGG Live, where we'll be revealing everything we have in store. If you haven't gotten a key for Early Access yet, then good news. We'll be having a free weekend alongside the launch.
Lord. Yeah, no, if I can squeeze in some time, I'll definitely try this on my own, but if I can squeeze in some time, I definitely want to try that, because I have fallen in love with Druids, so. Yeah, that's dope. Fuck yes. Thank you for pointing that out to me, Shadow. I appreciate that. I just saw earlier Expedition 33 will have a European soundtrack tour. Indeed, I just happened to pop over and look at this. It is new dates available. Sales open December 2nd, 11 a.m. CET. And it looks like the tour dates are March 18th, Berlin. March 19th, Berlin. 325 Esch sur Alzette, Bruxelles. 326 Rotterdam, 504 April 5th, April 6th, London, April 4th, Strasbourg, Reims. Oh wow, Reims. Oh, that's where I sang. That's cool. Nantes, Bordeaux, Lille, Zurich, Genève. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I have a honeymoon to take. Do I foresee a Paris trip in May? Am I going to Toulouse on 5/27? We'll see. All right, let's keep going. So, Genshin Impact. Okay, this is the prayer in a land of war. Super subtle EDM in there, which is actually really nice. The little extra oomph in the bass. Nice chords there on the piano, kind of cascading down. Re-emphasis there. That's an interesting shift. Yeah, I mean that's very nice. I really like how bombastic it is and large. You know, I think the EDM sort of boosting down there underneath really does a great job of adding a sense of scale and a sense of ominousness. The middle was interesting when we had that pivot. That was very interesting. So it's interesting how that motif, because there ends up getting like a bit of a desperation sound, and that sound really feels agitated, doesn't it? Ba-dee-da-dee-da. I think because there's some dissonance in there. I think there's some sharps or flats that, you know, there's a sense of tension. And I love this about music where we ba-dee-da-dee-da. Lots of sort of upper neighbors, some flat, sharp, whatever. And what that does is really cause a sense of distress, doesn't it? It's just great. And then what was really nice, I thought, was this. Obviously lower brass tension. Hey, where is it? It's right here. Yeah. The sopranos with the lower men there was the soprano soloist with the lower men there was also really I thought really intriguing to listen to. Then there's where was the there was a part with the celestial voice. This too, real desperate. It's kind of beautiful, isn't it? With the cascading piano. What a beautiful little piece. When the soprano kind of comes in under the surface. This shift is interesting. This is optimism. That's as if to say, like, oh my god, we're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden it's like, the fuck you aren't. Right. So the shift is cool there. I mean, it's a gorgeous little theme. You know, sometimes I do miss like exploration in Genshin, because I just, the vibrancy of the world is really something. I don't really have this pull to ever download it again, but sometimes I do. It's just really too bad that I am forever like it's too bad that I am forever like jaded against like large swaths of the community, which is really a shame. But yeah, I mean, not to say that Wuthering Waves also has some major issues as well, that I've clocked and noticed over the last year, but like it's just crazy how much the community like really can ruin the sentiment of a game. But there, I mean, you know, I think Genshin as a game actually has a lot to offer still. I don't think it's like a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't really care to engage with many aspects of the community, unfortunately, which is too bad. You know. Yeah, it's weird, you know. Every time I listen to Genshin music, it's like it comes up, and it probably shouldn't come up, and I'm sure someone would eye roll at that about that. But like, I really do. There were certain parts of Natlan that I did feel were very shallow, in the sense that they were very nice pieces that didn't necessarily do anything too convincing, like not convincing. Sorry, that didn't do anything too. You know, they were very simple tracks. Not a negative, but I guess the word shallow has a negative connotation to it. But like this as an example is not shallow. This is very. I felt really rich, and really, I don't know, it was really good. Yeah. But some of the tracks were very straightforward and very simple, which fit the vibes of Natlan, which made them, you know, slightly shallow. But I think shallow, the negative connotation means that they don't have depth, which is, you know, and some of the tracks don't have depth, and that's okay. Anyway, we won't open that can of worms. But yeah, that was really nice. I haven't heard any Nodokai music. It's definitely on my to-do list for some point. I'd like to do another OST listen. Yeah. Let's do SINoALICE. Wow. Prelude to Showdown, Banquet of Massacre. 9-minute song. Oh. This was the Guild Wars lobby and battle OST. What? I've listened to this before. That's fine. I don't think we'll actually listen to the whole 9 minutes. This was the Guild Wars lobby and battle OST, if I remember. If it is Keiichi Okabe, so obviously a banger. It was nice to discover how popular the song was since the game is dead and the song is long and you don't have to listen to all of it. Okay, good. The benefit of ADHD is that I remember half the shit that I have heard or haven't heard. That's why I'm like, please do repeats, because I don't. It's like I get to listen to it for the first time. The video he linked is a combination of 2 separate songs that share a theme. Okay. Oh, I've heard this. Yeah, the cascading is excellent. Oh. Honestly, like, it's so fucking good. like it's just great. God, I love the Okabe sound. I love the Monaka sound. Like, it's so good. All of that is just so good. It's just delightful. It's so visceral and harsh, but also like has this like degree of desperation in it, and like this like begging, searching within yourself, finding it in the pit of your stomach to emerge the other side victorious. And it just is just so incredibly satisfying. Great track. Simple, I mean, but great. Daemon X Machina, Shell vocal, Japanese Italian orchestral rock, surprisingly normal for Daemon X Machina. If you want the context, this is the theme of the Five Hells. A mercenary company comprised of 4 individuals descended from an old European aristocratic house and their incredibly badass butler. What the fuck? Who pilots mech suits called Arsenal in the game. Semi-post-apocalyptic setting. Okay. We already had a key change? Another one? Okay. They're singing in Italian? This is Marisce. Raccogliere, to collect. The Tempest. I will say as the song progresses, I find myself more and more disinterested. Oh hi, it's not that it's bad. It's just it just starts to grind on the old ears, and it doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there. I mean, I'm like intrigued by the Italian lyrics, kind of, but I don't feel as though. I mean, I think it's really good, probably in context, but out of context, I'm finding it kind of grating after a while, and it feels a little bit extremely repetitive. Just me though. I do like that part with the violin because there's the tension in that. Beam bon dee da da beam ba dee da dee da dum ding dong dee da da din da da. Like that part's cool, but the rest of it, I kind of take or leave. I'd leave. Not too bad though. Gunz the Duel. Okay, no information. What is this? Gunz the Duel. What is this? Gunz the Duel. Gunz the Duel? What do you mean, oh, guns? Oh, I like the chorus in there. Oh, wow, actually. Why is it announced on Steam to be announced? Isn't this is are they Is someone porting it to PC? It's still alive. Download it now. You can download the client right now. Unofficial. Remastered. You know, I actually love this track. It reminds me so much of like just battle and like the sadness of war and the fact that you have to just like do the thing. You know what I mean? Like there's a brokenness in the way the guitar sounds and the chorus in the back. It's really, really something. I really like that. Like a shocking amount. Also, let's not forget that next week, December 3rd, Guild Wars 1 Reforged controller support is here. Controller support. Guild Wars 1 about to retake lives. I'm very excited for that. Definitely going to have to stream it next week. Gitaroo Man, Flying Into Your Heart with gameplay. The song that plays in the second stage of the game, arranged by Tomohiro Harada. Holy Christ, what the fuck? Oh, what? Oh, that's cool. Whammy, baby. Man, we cannot escape the weeb allegations on this channel, chat. What? Oh my god. Look at him in the back. Gitaroo Man. Honestly, that's like extremely original. I didn't realize there was a boss meter there. Wow. Oh, it's like a duel between you and somebody else, or like the PC, the computer. What the fuck? Oh god, I have the slow part. Honestly, this was life-changing. I'm so glad I saw this. This is... I desperately want...
You win!
You win! Ah. Definitely a life-changer. This is one of those things that will stay with me for the rest of my life. I'll be on my deathbed, and I will be thinking about this. This was absolutely the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. I love it. I loved every single little bit of that. That was divine. I will never not be in love with crazy shit like that. Xenoblade Chronicles X. RIP. As we near the end of the year, I'm celebrating 10 years of Xenoblade Chronicles X with a song from the OC. This video combines both day and night versions of the continent Cauldron's theme, the final and most dangerous continent you discover in the game. Like the continent Sylvalum before it, Hiroyuki Sawano flipped the versions of the theme so that the nighttime sounds more active and intense during the daytime. Let's do it. Am I the only one who hated every second of that? Yes. I'll speak for everybody. Jesus, crunch. Love the build up there. Oh. What's up, B-Tech? Love the heft in that. Oh, that's so great. Oh. I love how pressed that is. That's really something. We're live on Twitch, yeah. Come on over. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. No, I'm just kidding. So this is day then? Oh no, this is night. This is crazy because day goes so hard as it is. Oh, you're right, Kremlin. We probably should. Is that Nightbot? The bells are so cool. It's so unique to have the bells there for, and then the slight vocals. You can actually hear the danger in it too, which is really cool. And then the fade away with the crunch. Yeah, no, definitely the the Attack on Titan vibes are immaculate. I mean, Sawano is just so good at creating these real like large scale settings of stress and discomfort or beauty and power, and he crushed it. Are we going to watch Party? Are we going to watch Party the behind the scenes for E33 Symphony that dropped? I would like to, but not today. We will. Because content. Duet Night Abyss. So Phantasio's Heart of Innocence was a divine piece. I loved this piece. Duet Night Abyss has some things to work around, but actually the game will be good. The game will be good. Listen to this. This is so nice. I really like this theme. It's actually interesting. It's very musical theater at the beginning. Did you see? You saw me in Soulframe yesterday? This is from Duet Night Abyss. I found the tree, yeah. Thank you. Hey, Voldy. So it just repeats here. And then we have this real dulcet part. Duet Night Abyss has phenomenal music. Like they didn't fix the combat and the movement, but the music is like primo good. Here comes the opera section. It's very Phantom of the Opera though. Extra boost there to re-emphasize. It's terrific. It's a great little piece. A very fast 3 minutes too. It's a fast, wonderful piece. Honestly, just amazing. One of the best parts of DNA. DNA made you want to play Warframe. I think that's a fair assessment, especially with everything that Warframe's been cooking up with Tau and everything that's coming with that game in December. I can't wait. Is it in December? They said something about. Don't we assume it's coming in December? I feel like yes. Arknights, Thorns In You. I can't wait for all the Tau stuff, honestly. Like, and then what's the frame? Oh, thank you for the support. Thank you. Oh my God, that's a lot of subs. Why do you do all that? Thank you for 10 gifted subs, Angel. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. It's very generous of you. Because, yeah, when's the stream? Is the stream Friday? Dev stream? I mean, it's gotta be, I don't know, Friday. That's very generous. Thank you again. Thorns in You from Arknights. Hey, Marco, this will be my last submission. That's all good. Thank you for supporting the channel as long as you have. I'm not in a good spot, so unfortunately I can't keep supporting you. That's okay. I'm leaving you with my favorite Arknights track of all time, and you know her well. Texas, the Omortosa. Woo! Nice. Thorns in You. Hope you have fun with this classy jazz track. Oh. Texas is actually my favorite character from Arknights.
There's a threshold you cross when the book starts to turn. It's a rook cheating your presence of peace. Stories rewrite, stars fleet the night, judging the cover by love. There's a
I love that little
line in the sand, blown to bits by my path. No longer tempting the new. People can change. I promise I made. Fight over, fight I refuse. Give and take, ties that you break. Why you can't say you don't think that way. Come and go, no longer am I. Blood on your hands won't do. Judge not the thorn
Actually,
in you.
Lapland and Texas are probably my two favorite characters in Arknights. Arknights' story is very good. You get a little bit of the Italian Siracusano thing with the accordion in there, but the jazz is very, 1920s essence,
At the end of the road, in the dark, lies and wait like a shark, teasing temptation and greed. Narrow my focus, staying
I just uploaded a Bleach video.
not for
I've heard Cruel Angel Thesis, of course. But that's it.
give and take, ties that you break. Why you can't say you don't think that way. Come and go, no longer am I. Blood on your hands won't do. Judge not the thorns in you.
Oh wow, nice. Obviously, it's a modern sound there. Obviously, it's a modern sound, but it's great. Thank you, Steffi. Again, you don't need to do that. Excellent. Hey, Luigi. Excellent. That is actually officially the end of our November list. We have cleared what? How many songs? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've cleared 81 tracks this month. 81 tracks this month. Exceptional, as always. Super grateful to all of you patrons and non-patrons alike. My favorites of the month were Overture 2 from Europa Universalis 5, Nomad's Journey from Crusader Kings 3, Jacint's battle theme from Pokemon Legends ZA, which will have a video coming out soon. DFO. Oh, cool. Lumiose City from Pokemon Legends ZA. Blaze Blue Awakening the Chaos. Listrim Golden from Lies of P Overture. Unbeatable, which is coming out this month. Proper Rhythm, which was great. Midnight Owl from Sonic Lost World. Kanto 7 Boss 2 from Limbus Company. The Machine Gun Named Tommy from Chicken Police. Noah Prime from Astral Chain. Scattered Moment from Yakuza Kiwami 2. Very surprising, that one. And today, Great Britain, Jerusalem from Civ 7. That song does not play in the game. Most of those are just like EPs sort of that are in the background. So, as always, thank you so much. In the spirit of giving thanks, I can't help but just say thank you so much to each and every one of you for making my life so much richer and better, for contributing, either financially to the editors and my wonderful thumbnail artists, or to me directly. Of course, those of you that are not part of the Patreon, thank you so much for coming to these. Obviously, like, it's tough. The balance between making sure that everyone has their songs heard and stuff is really challenging, especially as I move more into a streaming structure, but then also like I'm trying to film. So, like next week, for instance, I'm going to be playing Xenoblade Chronicles, Guild Wars 1 Reforged. I'm absolutely embracing the variety of a variety streamer, which is difficult at times because there's so much and my ADHD loves it, but it can be overwhelming. I'm also planning on filming 50 anime videos between now and February, just so that way that channel can kind of autopilot for a little while, and then circling back to that channel in March. So I'm going to be very busy with that, especially now that we've been able to really make it work. I really want to nurture it. Especially because there's not a lot of like anime music analysis per se. There's a lot of watch alongs, which are fine. And I have mine on my channel for better or for worse. But a lot of anime music breakdowns, I really don't see too many. So we're going to go back like old school Marco Meatball from like year 1 and just slam out, reaction content on that. And I say reaction, but I really mean musical analysis. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. It's a little bit scary because, it's daunting, and the anime fan base can be, can be very scary. So yeah, it's fine. I've been doing this for years. I know how to pace myself. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm just so grateful. It's in this period of giving thanks. I really truly appreciate just, you spending your time, those of you in chat spending time here watching the VOD. Thank you. Really anything that I do that you're a part of. I know many of you have become really regulars, which is phenomenal. I am so excited for what's coming in December. There is one massive thing that I can't share yet that is going to knock your fucking socks off, especially if you're a fan of mine. And, I'm very, 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 very excited for you to witness what's coming in December. Yeah, very cool. December's very busy. And there's this, I can't wait. There's something massive, something huge. I'm so excited to share it with you. This year has been really phenomenal, and I'm just giving so much thanks to all of this. So, yeah. What have I done? I can't. My lips are sealed. NDAs out the ass, but soon, TM. Don't worry. It's so secret that the mods don't know exactly. It is not the Game Awards, as much as I begged Jeff Keighley in my email to him. And it's not that announcer thing. And also, just for the record, that is really cool. But just to be clear, this announcer thing that I'm doing with the game music, I don't even remember, Game Fest Game Awards. This was like a 30-second like I'm just announcing the winner of the music of the music of the year award. It's not like a thing or anything. It's not, it's not. It's Yeah, the itch to stay quiet is very difficult. Although, did my tracks? Hold on one second. Did my tracks for Outer Wilds ever, or Outer Worlds? Hello, ever actually come out officially? Because I've not been able to talk about any of these, and it's making me mad. I want to film a video about it, but I can't because they haven't fucking released the soundtrack. No, still no. Oh my god, could you please drop it so I can actually, like... Still no. I'm so mad. No, yeah, they still haven't released. I can't talk about these tracks yet. Mother of God. Anyway, yeah. So, I've got a huge list of people I want to collaborate with for 2026. Davey504. I'm gonna get Justin Wong on a video. Talk about fighting game music, a luminary of the fighting game scene. I'm gonna reach out to Nick DiGiovanni. Bricky, I would like to have back. Of course, Iron Mouse. Max Dude, I will continue to pursue that collaboration with him. Sea Dog would be fun. Babish, I'm gonna have True Green come back. He doesn't know yet. For part 2 of Pokemon Listening. Charles Cornell, Smooth McGroove, 8-Bit Music Theory, Mythical Kitchen, I love his series, Happy Console Gamer, I'm so inspired by him. Dr. Mike would be really fun. Luality, I'm going to reach out to her and ask her. Dr. Mike, Northern Lion would be crazy. I've been a big fan of Jake Baldino's for years now. I'd be thrilled to really spend time with chatting with him. Rick Beato, this one is like my dream because he's so like amazingly ornery, and the idea of being able to have a conversation with him about video game music would crack me up. 8-bit drummer, yes. Venus Theory, who I could easily get on the channel. And then I want to ask Susie, and I want to listen to some horror music with her. Happy Console Gamer is like one of my favorite YouTube channels. I love his energy. I love watching him. I try to emulate a little bit of that energy in my videos. He's so cool. And I love that he's like in his 50s, just like doing this. And like, he just truly loves games. I don't even know his real name, but, I don't know that Sumika will want to, just because of privacy and her, existence. Yeah, I have 5 non-gamer videos filmed, and a few, that's right, Johnny. Yeah. And then a few others to come. And that will be, I'm trying to go for, if I just do 1 a month of non-gamer reacts, that's 12 of those every month. Or I'm sorry, 12 of those for the full year. Obviously those are like my best performing videos, but yeah, non-gamer react series not going anywhere. And I've got like backlog content with that. So, if I wanted to release 2 a month, I could. I also want to reach out to Marco. Marco is a painter who knocks on people's houses and paints stuff for them. I'm trying in 2026, I'm trying to push past the sort of standard boundaries of the sort of scope. No, not me. It's Marco with a K, actually, that guy. So we'll see. I want to 2026 is exciting. I kind of want to be everywhere. I want to reach out to just like the most random places, and just like spread the gospel, spread the gospel. So in any case, yeah, we will talk very soon. I'm going to go take a quick pee break and come back for Wuthering Waves for about 2 hours. So if you guys want to hang out for that, you're certainly welcome to. I don't know how much crossover we have. For the first time ever, I'm seeing the exact same amount of people on Twitch and on YouTube, 84, which is really funny. Yes, I want to get Drumroll Tony back on, or on for the first time. And yeah, I want to get Jesse's Auditorium on this year as well. So, all right, we'll be back in a little bit with WUWA 2.0, or yeah, no, 2.8, excuse me, talking about 3.0. So, all right, you guys, take care. Check out that Bleach video. Definitely don't forget to to subscribe to Marco Weebball, since that will become a prominent part of the rotation. Just FYI. So definitely feel free to check that out. All right, you guys. Thanks a ton. Have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate, if you're in the States. If not, have a great Thursday and Friday. I will not be here. You will not see me. And I'll see you next Monday. Bye.